Hello to all our viewers. We're here once again with Father Joe Campion, our spiritual director on this Our Catholic Faith series, and also our pastor here at St. Edmond's Catholic Church. And we wanted to let you guys know a little bit about our website and the Our Catholic Faith series. And on board there's a way that you can actually ask Father a question, and he can answer it, and we can post that on there for the benefit of everyone. So we just wanted to make sure that you all were aware of that. And Father, if you will, you can maybe expand on that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions that the faithful have, and some uncertainties, some clarifications that are needed. And so Bill has been very good at posting those questions to me and getting the answers back. So I can answer those in written form, or perhaps through this video series of questions that you might have. So please take advantage of that. Another thing, go to our website over and over and over again. It's a beautiful website. It has been updated constantly. It's got a load of information on there. But if you have some questions about the faith, submit those, and Bill always takes care of them very quickly.
So Father, if you will, the most recent question that I had was how do we know which reparations to do for which sins and for how long? Also, same questions regarding reparations for others' sins.
Got to keep in mind that reparation is a way of life. It's not just a certain period of time, because we're dealing with an eternal investment, and we live in time and space right now. So we have to always understand that each and every day when Jesus said, pick up your cross every day. Every day is a time for us to do reparation for what is awaiting us in eternity, or what's already waiting for our deceased brothers and sisters. So we have to be very careful about putting some time limits or having an accounting system. The infinite God doesn't work that way. He just wants to say, are you offering up each and every day? You know, parents who have to take care of their children, who can many times be a draining experience. Those who have to go off to work and find it very, very difficult. Those who have chronic pains day in and day out that aren't going to go away. All of these can say, Lord, I crucify myself with you. May this be done for the reparation of my own sins, but also a reparation for my family members who have gone astray. So reparation is something that we do all the time. It's a disposition of our soul and our psyche to engage ourselves, immerse ourselves in redemptive suffering. So we don't want to say, okay, I'm going to just do this for a week and I'm done. You know, no, that we just, and so we can't gauge how God is receiving these things. So it's not given to the church to weigh in and say, okay, you do it this amount of time and this will happen. The church does have, through its indulgences, if you do this type of prayer, then it'll take time off your purgatory. But overall, as Christians, when we are engaged in reparation, it's a daily activity. We're conscious of it, and it helps us to get through the sufferings of daily life, which are inescapable.
Absolutely, it does help.
Yeah.
I think of Padre Pio, who had a myriad of problems with his health and so forth, but he also had the stigmata.
Right.
That was very painful to him, and I think he even had I guess the injury to his back where the cross was that Christ had. Yeah. And he just, from records that I read about, he just endured that with no complaints.
He
although
sure
it was
did.
terrible.
And he had a disposition that most of us don't have. First of all, he didn't want to draw attention to himself. He was rather embarrassed by the stigmata, but he embraced it because he understood that this was from Christ. This is going, and so he was a joyful soul, even in the midst of suffering all the time. He just was joyful because he had a connection with the Lord. He knew this was his vocation, and he had many gifts that came from that, especially reading souls and helping people in confession to be totally honest. So, but yeah, he was misunderstood a lot of times, but he had truly, he had a sense of reparation.
And thankfully he persevered and then even became a saint.
He did.
And recognized as a saint.
Yep.
Well, good. Well, thank you for that, Father. We appreciate you answering the questions. We again invite these questions to come in. Father is ready, willing, and able to answer any and all questions that come in regarding our Catholic faith. And we appreciate you all for watching this series. And thank you again, Father. We appreciate it.
God bless.